Have you ever stopped to think about the secret power hiding in some of the simplest words we use every day? Well, today, we're going to dive deep into one little three-letter word that connects something as simple as a candle all the way to the cycles of the cosmos.
All right, let's kick things off with a little riddle for you. What on earth could possibly link a glowing candle, a freshly polished car, and the moon as it gets bigger in the night sky? Believe it or not, the answer is surprisingly simple.
That's it. The word is wax. And I know what you might be thinking. Wax? Really? But this one simple word is a perfect example of how language does some seriously heavy lifting. So, what exactly makes it so special?
Well, see, wax isn't just any old word. It actually has a special status. It's part of something called the Basic English 850 list, which is basically a core vocabulary of 850 words considered essential for communication. So how did this humble little word earn its spot on such an important list?
To really get it, we need to follow its journey. We're going to see how it goes from being a simple physical thing into a powerful abstract idea.
So at its most basic level, wax is a noun. It's a thing. Specifically, it's the stuff that candles are made of. You can see it, you can touch it, it's tangible, it's physical. Simple enough, right?
Okay, that's pretty straightforward, but here's where it gets really cool. How does the name for a substance transform into a word that describes an action? This is where the word's true power starts to shine through. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. Suddenly, wax becomes a verb, but in two totally different ways. On the one hand, it's a direct, concrete action. You physically wax a car, right? You put wax on it to make it shine. But then, on the other hand, it becomes something completely abstract. The moon waxes. It gets bigger. There's no actual wax involved there at all. It's purely a metaphor.
And you know how you can tell this metaphorical meaning is for real? It's because it has its own little network of related words. To wax means to grow or increase, and its direct opposite is to wane or shrink. This shows it's become a fully fledged concept in our language, way beyond just the stuff in a candle.
And just a quick note on how you say it, it's exactly what you'd think. According to the International Phonetic Alphabet, it's just wax. Easy peasy.
And here's another fun little tidbit from our source material. The word wax actually has homophones, words that sound exactly the same, but are spelled differently and mean totally different things. In this case, you've got wax, like a hit, and wax, which is, well, a slang term.
Okay, so we've followed the amazing journey of the word wax, from a substance to an idea. But so what? Why does any of this actually matter? Let's bring it all together and see the true power hiding in this simple word.
This is the whole story, right here on one slide. Wax starts its life as a simple noun, a physical thing. Then it becomes a verb for a direct action that you do with that thing. And finally, it makes this incredible leap into a verb for a metaphorical idea, the very concept of growth itself. This journey, from the concrete to the abstract, is exactly what makes it so useful and so essential.
And this, right here, gets to the very heart of it all. Being a great communicator isn't always about knowing the biggest, most complicated words. The real power often lies in understanding these small, hard-working words, like wax, words that can carry layers and layers of meaning and connect our world in the most surprising ways. So I just leave you with this one last question to chew on. Wax is just one of 850 of these essential words. So, how many other simple words that you use every single day are secretly doing this much work, bridging the gap between our physical world and our most abstract ideas? Something to think about.